Ah, this is female Craig.
Does my mic sound okay?
Yep.
Is
Oh
mine
God.
fine?
Editing this is gonna be so fun. I can't wait. Okay. I have to use the bathroom real quick, but you guys
Mhm.
could just like repeat everything that you said about like Kosuke and like that, you know.
Okay.
Sylvie, I forgot everything I said.
Okay,
No,
so then just
kidding.
like start from scratch.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Now go ahead.
Um, okay. We started off by saying how the episode cut off really weird, and now we have a whole new half to the episode. Um, okay. Kosuke being like, no, I don't want to go to this party. You have to convince me to go, blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
And then, what the hell does Shinai say? I don't remember.
Oh, she was just like, okay, well, thanks for this, and then she just like tries to leave. Okay, oh, that's what I was saying. I was just basically saying how like I feel like when it cuts off like that, like when it cuts off in places like that, Kosuke seems like weird. But then
Yeah,
as it like continued, you see that like, oh, okay, no, he wasn't being weird. Like there was a follow up. There's follow ups to this.
exactly.
And that's basically what I was trying
Um,
to get at.
I can't even remember what we were saying. I'm so
Either
sorry.
I think what we were
Um,
basically saying. I think another thing we were basically saying was that like oh yeah, like Kosuke is back to being like not per se normal, but per se how do you say not his overly paranoia really I'm trying to think of the word.
I know
I
what
can't think
word
of the
you're
word.
Just
thinking of.
normal, like
Right?
a
It's
human being.
it's not. It's like another word for laid back, but like
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Like, it reminds me a lot of 2018-ish Kosuke, you know what I mean? Like the one we used to have.
yeah. Um, and I also really liked how he was just being
Just like a human
so
being.
nice.
It was like it reminded me of why I liked Kosuke's character in the first place because like it's been years since we've seen this Kosuke, right? But and Kimchi has like alluded to the fact that Kosuke would calm down once he becomes CFO. Like his paranoia will subside for a little bit.
Yeah,
And
I feel like that's all. Yeah, go ahead, Julie.
like this episode was truly refreshing, but I feel like this is the side of Kosuke that we're gonna see more often. And I didn't realize how much I missed it until I saw it because it reminded me of why he was my favorite character in the first place. Like I always knew how like terrible he was to Noel. Like I always had a feeling that this motherfucker definitely did some really awful stuff, right? But we saw, at least initially, a side of him that was like a genuinely a good person who makes like bad decisions and is like in like a moral dilemma. But like over the years, it's like more of like, is he even a good person? Like, it was what is it? What like, what if it's all a facade? Blah blah blah. And I think some of that still holds true. But in this episode, I feel like it definitely humanizes Kosuke for me in a way that I feel
Mm-hmm.
like it hasn't in many years.
Mhm.
Like we just see that like he's fucked up, but he's a human being, you know. Like he, it really shows that he isn't his mother in this way that I think even I like come to accept because like you see he's not an intentionally malicious person when it comes to like everything else except Noel, you know? Like with everything else, he's just a little fucked up, guys. I can fix him.
Me, I just said about Noel too, but honestly, Noel has made me so angry these. so upset. I'm just so
Literally.
mad.
It's, we're screwed when Kosuke is my favorite brother right now. Like, holy
What's
shit.
that? What's that meme where it's like, oh, ended my relationship with Noel. Now I'm with Kosuke.
But like, if Kosuke's gonna act like this now, which I definitely think he is, and Noel's like gonna spiral more, like, I think that's the point,
Yeah. Also, let's talk about how courteous Kosuke was for not spilling the beans about Noel and his
Oh yeah,
People were
yearly
mad at
Drama.
that. I don't know why people were
Yeah.
mad at him not spilling it, because like, why would you want him to spill it?
Yeah, I really hope people would realize again. I feel like to us it feels like that Shinna and Kosuke have known each other for a long time, but comic wise they met like a couple months ago. Like yeah, a
Yeah.
lot happened within those couple of months that would naturally make you feel close to someone, but not that close. Not that close to be talking about like family issues from like years ago that like still like affect things going on now. Like that's a really big misconception within the comic that like, oh, like Shuna just has to know everything when in reality, like she
Like,
really
why is
doesn't.
that
Like,
even an expectation that we have?
I
Like,
don't
what?
know.
yeah.
Their
If
narrative
any,
with Kosuke is so garbage.
Like, I don't get it. I'm glad he didn't say anything. Um, but also, it was interesting too. Shina, it was weird. Because when we recorded this initially, it had, you know, like cut off at the part where Kosuke said, uh, you're not even gonna try to convince me. And then I thought it was a lot more malicious because it left off at that line. But now seeing it in the full context, I'm like, oh, so this guy's just like being a little insecure. Like, yeah, that sounds about right. It was like what we said, right? Like he was just. It's like when
Yeah.
you want to go somewhere, but you don't want to make it seem like you want to go. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was saying before how I do like I'm pretty sure we all have done the same thing. We're like, no, I'm not gonna go. And then you get a bit upset when they stop trying to convince you to go.
It's like I don't care, but like also, why aren't you trying to?
Yeah.
He's built differently. Okay, Kosuke, he's built differently. Uh,
He's
but I
built
I, I
on his
loved that
mother's
scene.
ashes.
Literally, I loved
What?
that scene with Shina and Kosuke. You guys, I really
me
do.
too. I do too.
Yeah, it was so heartwarming.
I know, right? Like, and I'm always so skeptical of like, I'm like, that's not heartwarming. This is underlying tones of blah 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 blah, and his trauma, and he's projecting, and he's being an asshole, and definitely is. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like at least for a glimpse in this scene, he wasn't, and I find that to be very endearing, and I cherish that quite a bit.
Oh my God, Chewy, you saw Hansuke. I didn't even say anything about it last time. You saw Hansuke.
Period.
Happy.
I thought we were gonna talk about that
Yeah.
later, but yes, 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 yes. Period.
Yeah, I just thought about it because
Mhm.
I didn't say anything later when we actually were talking about it. But yeah, one thing, another thing too is that the other thing I was saying too. I feel like this episode is good to show you that like Kosuke isn't like the worst kind of person in the world. He can actually just be pretty regular when he's like not going through stuff. Like I mean, isn't like a good thing because like
It's
I mean he should be
weird, yeah.
regular 24/7, but like it shows that there's other sides to him than people assume. Meanwhile, I'm growing even more hatred for Noel, but
We'll talk
we'll get
about
to
Noel,
that.
absolutely. We're definitely going to talk about
Yeah.
Noel in one of the next segments. But I think you're definitely
Warning.
right, Fred, in like saying that there are other parts of Kosuke besides the way he copes with trauma. You know what I mean? And I've said this before, right? We've seen Shina and Noel kind of start their arcs and start, I guess like the ball's rolling. That's like we saw the progression, right, of childhood to adulthood and why they are like all the way they are right now. But I feel like Kosuke's story is a little bit, it's not linear like that. Like we haven't seen everything with Noel either, but what I'm saying is that like in terms of character development, we haven't seen that much of like Kosuke in that sense, right? Because we started off and he was already dealing and coping with the trauma and character development with that, right? I like distinctly remember a curious cat thing that Kimchi said, and she was like, with Noel, the ball seriously started to get rolling after the formal, but Kosuke's his like sort of thing starting to get rolling started much before the story even starts. So I think
Yeah,
with
yeah.
him, the flashbacks are going to be extra crucial because I kind of view Kosuke's story as like puzzling the piece. I mean, puzzling the pieces. Jesus Christ, piecing the puzzles of like why he is the way he is and why he acts now the way he does and like all of that. So I think you're right, Fred, for sure.
Wow, the way you just like articulate all my thoughts out loud, Chewy, you're just so amazing.
Girl, I said
Like-
puzzling the pieces. That's so embarrassing.
Chewy, do you want to present my presentation next week, please?
Honestly, same.
Girl, I would give you an F because I would say the dumbest shit. It's like midnight, okay? Like, please excuse me.
I would be a stuttering mess.
Anything else on Kosuke? I love this scene, you guys. I love it so much.
I like
do
this
too.
Kosuke.
I know, and I'm excited.
I like this Kosuke too. I feel like this is him like being like back to
Chilling the fuck
regular
out.
Kosuke. Yeah, just chilled out, regular. I also like that like he was like can I talk about this now? Can I talk about Kosuke? So I think I can talk about it now.
Yeah.
I really like how like he like okay, so he's trying to get Shina to trust him, right? And I really like how he was like he was thinking about it for a second. He was like, I mean, I guess I can try to get him to come. I can like,
We're kind of family, I guess.
like I guess. He's like, I guess I could do that if that's what you want. He's like, I'll try.
Oh, he was very endearing in this episode, you guys.
Yeah, and then he's like, I'm not gonna make any promises or anything, but and then Shina's just like, oh my god, thank you so much.
I
He's
want
just
more
like,
of this. I want more nice.
Wait. I found the word domesticated. Is that the word?
What?
wait, no, that's actually a really
Is
good
that the
word.
right?
He does seem a lot more. Is it domesticated? Because
I don't know, but when
Yeah.
I assume it with like pets, but I think you could be right for sure.
Yeah, it says fond of home life and housework.
Just like he's more empathetic and he's willing to go out of his way now that he doesn't have so much to lose. Because at least he thinks that, Guys, I'm excited. I know this is the Kosuke that we're gonna see for quite some time now. From graduation, the time skips, and then his season. I am so pumped. Slowly, like we're getting there. We're getting to season 2. Like I'm so excited.
We're slowly going down. I really find it interesting how she like emphasized on like the hand thing. Like this is like emphasized. Like
oh my god, you know what I just realized? Remember the
What?
last time they quote unquote held hands? It wasn't like holding hands, but it was like Kosuke put his hand over Shina's to comfort her, I guess, right? But this time it was Shina putting her hands over Kosuke as to comfort him and to be like, oh yes, thank you for doing this, as like a form of gratitude.
It's evolved.
They are evolving. Oh god, just wait
How
till
the
you get to
turntable.
know. Oh god, I'm talking very
That
positively of
sounds so
Kosuke
weird.
right now. I'm talking very positively of Kosuke right now because the way I'm
Guys,
talk
we're
about
gonna get
Noel
into
is
the
just gonna be
tea.
so bad. Like I can just
Guys.
already see it.
I'm gonna flame a certain
Wait,
beloved
she said I knew you weren't.
character.
I knew you weren't that bad. Did you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
And then he's
You
like
probably-
spacing off.
He was like, what is happening? Because like this is one of the few glimpses that we see that of him not being his mother's son, Like most of the time he's like Yui. It's like, yeah, you're definitely Yui's bitch. Like that makes sense. But with this, it's like he has a little bit more autonomy. Like you can kind of see a shell of a person come through here. And I want Kosuke to get his shit together, and I want to know the real him. I want to know what it's like when he's not dealing with trauma and paranoia. And I'm so excited, you guys. I keep saying that, but I'm like grinning so hard. It's been years since I felt this happy about Kosuke's character.
If it was like the old Kosuke, it would have ended at him saying he can't go, and then she would have left.
Yeah.
Ah! I'm getting so excited.
And obviously the underlying issues
anybody. What?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was about to say, I don't want to see anybody like getting mad at this. If you guys are mad at Kosuke this episode, get the fuck out of my face. Go outside. Let it go outside.
Go cut some grass.
I'm so excited. I know the underlying issues here are not solved, right? He still doesn't like Noel, blah, blah, blah. But I think not being in this pressure cooker that he was under for quite some time, especially after the formal, is going to be really good for his mental health. Because that man was about to get into a fucking drunk car accident, okay? Like, it was a mess. It's not even about reparations or anything. It's about like being in the right mindset of like trying to be a little bit more empathetic to other people. And obviously that doesn't solve your personal issues, but it kind of helps put things in perspective. It helps as you could say, like, touch grass. You know, touching grass for him will do wonders. And slowly he's starting to do that. So this is not like oh, he's a savior now, forget everything he ever did. But it's like, wow, okay. Like, you're touching grass now. I'm proud of you. Thank you.
Yeah, like, one step at a time, guys. He's not gonna do a whole 360.
It's a step in the right direction, for sure. I'm proud of him for doing it.
I'm like really honestly like I'm like pretty just like confirmed now that like it's gonna be Kosuke. I'd be very shocked if it wasn't now, honestly. Like I'd be very shocked if Noel went. I mean, I wouldn't be like shocked.
You're right. After this episode, I feel like the rooftop could definitely be Kosuke.
I feel like it really could be Kosuke now. I feel like we have like genuine evidence now, but alas,
I was skeptical. I was skeptical, right? Because I was like, why would she be smiling? It's Kosuke. But now I'm like, yeah, it could definitely be Kosuke.
If it was Noel, I literally pushed him off the roof. What?
Are we done with Kosuke, or can we talk about Noel now?
Yeah, let's please talk about Noel.
We got some spicy takes apparently from Vax and Fred, so let's go.
Yeah, okay. One thing I want to mention is, do you guys remember in like episode 99, I think, when Dieter dressed up as Kosuke and he felt like he was like, I feel like I'm like concealing something, and now Noel is dressing up like Kosuke. Like,
oh my god!
The turntables,
guys! I literally want to fucking just take my hand and slam Noel against the wall. Like, not like, no. Like, not in a good way. Like, he's so annoying. You guys, if you guys are like, oh my god, no, this episode, I'm literally gonna just like slap you guys across the face. Look at what he's doing. He is going to this stupid party that his the Hiraharas are hosting, and he won't even go and say goodbye to his friends. He is a piece of shit. He is garbage. He is poop. He is
Max, you are a whole Noel stan. What?
I love Noel, guys, but I literally fucking hate him in this episode. Like, you guys can't defend him here. He is a piece of shit. He is turning.
I literally can't defend him.
He's turning into what we most feared, which is Kosuke.
Go, what?
My whole thing is, the thing I just don't like is, I mean, I feel bad because I feel bad to blame him for acting the way he does, because I mean, he has like legit reasons to act like this. but this isn't the way he should want to act. Like what he's doing right now. Because if I was Shinna, and this was me, and you ghosted all of us you ghosted us, lied about everything, and then and when we're trying to after she specifically invited him to this party multiple times, and I think he said he was gonna go, if I'm not mistaken. For him to imagine Kosuke comes and he's like, yeah, I invited him, but he went to my family party again. He went to my family party instead with Alyssa. I feel like if I was her, I'd be like, dot 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 dot. Like no way. Like just no freaking way. And like it's just like I'm just really upset with him right now. Like I understand, but like it's just annoying.
It's so out of character though. Like that's like I know that's a point, but like we saw how he was at the last party. He felt so uncomfortable and he didn't like the whole like party. And now he's willingly going, and now he's dressed the part.
He looks
He's
comfortable.
trying to fit in. It's
He looks comfortable.
so gross. Like
it's not the girl boss move.
It's so. Oh my god.
He looks comfortable. He looks good, but it's not a girl boss move.
Okay, have you guys watched the Hunger Games? Like, you know how PETA
Yeah.
starts like fitting into the capital? Like that's how it feels. Like I feel betrayed right now. You guys don't understand. Like, like ew. I'm just pass out. I can't do this anymore. I don't like this.
Definitely. Noel definitely looked very strange in this episode. He's like, yeah, of course I'm coming to the Christmas party. Like, why? Why would you go? Rand's not there. Yui's only going to be there for a short time. Why would you go? Unless, this is part of my theory, Noel's planning to start his own business, and now he's like trying to form connections and shit, you know? Because there's no reason. Father's not coming, so it's not like Rand's gonna yell at him if he doesn't go. He's going here out of his own will. I think we need to make that distinction.
Yeah, and I just know that he's gonna be like trending on what is it called in the I Love You universe? Twitter? I don't know.
Twitter?
Twitter.
Wait,
like
what's the version of TMZ? Yeah. WMB? Something like that. Their version of TMZ.
Like you see this in real life, like how people will get like accused of something and then you'll see them out and about like at parties and shit. Like Noel, why have you become one of these people? Like
at this point, he's like made his reputation utter garbage, right? So who gives a shit? Like, whatever, I'll just go to these parties, make my own business, blah, 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 you know?
I wouldn't be surprised if he befriended Sancho at this point. Like,
what?
Oh my god, no.
That's a different level.
He is going into deep shit. Like, I don't, like, he would talk to him for connections at that point. Like, I don't see how, I don't know. I have no faith in Noel anymore. I have no faith in him.
A lot of people were saying the reason why he's going to the party is so he can like end things with Alyssa. I feel like that was a lot of the consensus people were.
Yeah,
were getting.
That makes
sense.
Which is
true. He does have to do that.
That's a naive thought. I don't believe
but like,
in. I don't believe. I don't have any hope.
Sounds too good to be true, if you ask me.
He's going there. He's going there for two reasons: to break up with Alyssa and to get a connection. Oh my god, I hate Noel, but I love him at the same time.
No, I just hate him, honestly. I really do like Noel. It's just like.
No, this episode, it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth at the end.
It does. And like, it really just does suck because all I keep thinking about is the fact that like, okay, so I have two ways I feel like this party's gonna go. So it seems like this is how it's gonna be. Either Noel comes or he doesn't come. So I'm pretty in the middle. I don't think he's gonna come. I mean, I feel like it'd be like everyone thinks he's gonna show up, but I feel like that'd be like the cliche thing for him would be like to show up. So I just have like
Yeah.
this feeling that he's just not gonna like he's really not gonna come. That's because everyone keeps saying like, oh no, he's gonna show up, he's gonna be there, like, he's gonna make it. Like I genuinely just don't even see him going. Like he already had his moment with Shinna before in the rain. Like he already has they like he's already established that like he doesn't want to see any of them anymore. So it's kind of just like
Yeah.
I don't understand why he would go to the party just to do what? Talk about how like there's what they're to talk about. I just can't imagine him going.
And the end of this episode just shows he is going to these types of events and not any of those events anymore. He does not care about his friends. He has ditched his friends. Now he's only going to professional events. Oh, but Kosuke is ditching a professional event and now he's going to these types of home parties.
The turntables!
Oh
The
gosh, that was weird.
Turntables.
Guys.
It is very
Turntables.
weird. Guys.
And now Kosuke is the one going to like house parties. This is such a setup for the next season. Watch like
It literally is. It's literally set up.
Cut this out, but like I can already see how this is gonna go. I see what that person was talking.
Okay, so I cut that part out.
Okay, so I think that I feel like a lot of this is like setting up for the dynamics that are gonna happen next season.
Absolutely.
Primarily the dynamics between Shinna, Kosuke, and Noel. Because right now, Noel is like slowly drifting away from everyone, but Shinna is like, I wouldn't say gravitating towards Kosuke. That isn't really the right word. But her opinion of Kosuke is changing to where it's like, okay, he's tolerable. Like
tolerable. He's badly tolerable.
Well, because before it was like I don't even like this guy. But now
honestly, fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh yeah, but so I feel like this is setting up for like after the time skip, they're probably gonna be like, what's what I'm looking for, on good terms, because I'm like 90% sure they would probably still stay in contact, but I don't know if she would still stay in contact with Noel, because I feel like Noel would like once again cut everyone off. Like I genuinely think after like Noel's like prison time, is that what he's from? He's going to jail, right? So I think after that's up. So I think after that's up, I genuinely think he's just going to leave and disappear without a trace for a little while. And that's
off
where like, yeah, it's like off the grid for a little while. And then that's when like Shinna and Kosuke are gonna begin bonding again. But you know, that's just a small little prediction for next season. If I'm right, then you know, great. If I'm not, then also great, because you know, I don't really care either way. But I'm just saying.
I'm a bit worried though, because she's getting like her hopes up for Noel to go to the party. I hope a little part of her knows that he won't show up.
Me too. I hope a part of her knows. I mean, Kosuke did say like he would try. He said I'll try to do it, but like there's no guarantee. And now he's gonna show up to the party, and I feel like he's gonna show up to the party and be like, well, I mean, I caught no leaving for my family party that I told you about. So
she's gonna have one of those bittersweet smiles. She's like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Meanwhile, inside she's like crying, sliding up and down the wall.
Guys, I love this episode.
Me too.
I do too. I don't know. Like
so much good content.
The way Kosuke just looks so surprised to see Noel like dressed up. He's just like, where are you going?
But I was surprised too. Why are you at a function that you don't need to be at? Like, and you're dressed
literally
up and like
literally he literally has no reason to go. I mean,
we met Noel. We literally met Noel, and the first thing he said or something like that was like, oh, I hate these parties, they're so fake, blah blah blah. But now he's like willingly going to one. Like, it's a little off in it.
Yeah, Kosuke already established who's going to be there, and we already know that Alyssa's really not going to talk to him because she's there to perform.
Mm-hmm.
and like not spend time with her boyfriend. And then we all know Yui's gonna be there, but I don't really know for how long. But
An hour, but
like,
I don't know if she's lying.
yeah,
Oh, you know
and
what
then
I
like,
think? Oh, this is something random, but I thought it was kind of nice how Rand was like, "Oh, I set aside some sweets for you because I know you're not coming to the place today. Thank
oh,
you
that
for being a
was really
shitty
sweet.
father.
Yeah.
At least he's a shitty father, but at least he saved some sweets. That's literally the bare minimum."
Like he's a bad
Honestly, I
dad,
thought
but
it was
Like, I neglected you. I literally threw you to the wolves. I still don't take care of you. But
here's some cake
hey,
because
here's
you're
some
not
cake.
coming.
Bye. That I definitely did not
honestly.
pay for or anything like that or anything. Yeah. I love that nobody understands Kosuke, and so people just get him sweets because, like, that's like the one thing he likes. He's like, okay, yeah, take that, sure, why not?
I like how he's basically just confirmed though he's not going. Wait, oh my god, he's like, oh yeah, I'm not going to that party, which makes sense
You
because
think
he
he's
said he's
gonna go? You think Kosuke is
to the.
now gonna go since Noel's going?
I don't
I don't
know.
think so. I don't think so. Honestly, I really
I
don't.
think it's gonna be a really important decision that we're gonna have to see
Yeah.
whether or not he goes. Because if he goes after Noel, then it's a sign that this is not a start of growth. But if he's like, okay, you know what, fuck this, I'm gonna keep my promise to Shana, then it's a sign of growth that we're starting to touch grass.
Yeah.
What I think, I
Um,
feel like it'd be like people think he would go after Noel and why he would go, but I feel like that where he's at right now, he's just kind of thinking like, I feel like he just wouldn't go because he already established that he really doesn't want to go.
What are our
Like,
bets?
and that he,
I
what that
think
if he goes, in
okay.
like,
I feel like he would be letting Shanae down because remember he looked like a little like he
Conflicted?
probably felt bad. Yeah, because he was like I would feel really bad because she was like really excited and
Yeah.
and
Oh shit,
imagine
you're right.
he
That's an
doesn't show
excellent
up.
point. He's definitely thinking of
Imagine he
Shinna
doesn't show
there.
up.
He's like, oh, I
Yeah,
could go, but also I have to keep my promise and blah blah blah. So I think it's going to be a really important decision for us, right? Like what he chooses to do.
yeah. And we're all leaning towards the same side, which is go to the house party and
I think he will. I think he'll go to the
I think
house
he
party.
is too. I don't think he's gonna go to the Christmas party because he literally has no reason. He
He
already
does
established there's no
not
reason
want to go. He does
And
not
like,
want to
literally.
go.
and literally, even if Noel's going, I still don't think he would follow.
That's
after
not a
him.
good
It's
enough
like,
reason, especially with growth, right? Like growth is about like putting yourself above like all this other dumb shit, you know? And for him to be
Yeah.
like, you know, yes, I have paranoia and like trauma related to everything that happened with Noel, but if I choose to do what I think will make me happy, then, you know, it's a step in the right direction, for sure.
Yeah. Also, Noel and Alyssa, you guys are meant for each other now. Stay with each other.
What is this,
Please.
Max?
I'm
Max.
so sorry.
honestly,
He is pissing me off.
Max is going down
honestly,
an interesting path.
You guys are treating me like I'm insane. Noel is the one that's insane.
I think Noel dating Alyssa is a real interesting judge of his character.
Honestly, it would match his whole vibe right now. Honestly, if he cut her off, I wouldn't be surprised. But if they kept dating and they'd be like toxic buddies together, then wait, what? it just makes sense. I hate both of them now.
I do
Fuck
too. I'm just
Noel.
really I'm just really angry. And but like I don't know, Kosuke was like the highlight of this episode. Hansuke too. And Kosuke and Hansuke interacting and Kosuke being like, "Don't tell anyone I told you to wear that." He's just like
Oh yeah.
Stacey.
Okay, are we
Kosuke's
ready?
fashion
Okay,
sense
you know
is
what? Are
good.
we done with Noel? Are we done with Noel? Are we gonna talk about Hansuke now?
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Best
Yes.
boy Hansuke. Best boy. He was vibing. He had a fucking Santa hat and he was wearing this cute like blazer thing. Imagine he's gonna show up to the Hirahara event. Everyone's formal and serious and blah blah blah. And Hansuke shows. Yeah.
Kosuke's literally so mean when he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, like no, I didn't tell you to wear." He like, "Don't tell anybody that I told you to wear that."
Fuck you.
He did the exact opposite of what I said, which is me, because I wear the exact opposite of what people tell me to wear.
No, but it was
Said
so
it's an
funny. Kosuke is so
abomination.
funny when he's roasting Hansuke. It's really good. I love it. There's this one line that he says, "Oh, you look like a disaster," and Hansuke is making a derpy face, and he's like, "What?" He's like, "I think I look great," and Kosuke says, "Yeah, if you're an air traffic controller for Santa's reindeers." Like what? Just like
Oh my god.
what the? I love them. I love
And
them.
Hansuke's just like, why are you so mean? And he's just like, oh, never mind. This is how you are.
No, he's like, "Who hurt you?" And I'm like, "Boy, you would know. Like, you would literally know."
Literally, I was laughing.
Literally, I was like, because he's saying that of all people, which is really funny.
Oh, Nilo put a very similar thought to us on who is going to be on the balcony.
Absolutely. Go ahead. You want to narrate it? Yes.
It says, after today's I Love You Fast Pass, and then she posted the panels, and it says, allow me, finally, make a guess as to whom Shanae addresses in the mid-season recap. I believe Shanae turns around and sees Kosuke bringing Noel onto the what? Either Noel or Kosuke could be the one saying, may I join you?
It's like slightly different. I think it's just
slightly
Kosuke.
different, but yeah, I just think it's just Kosuke.
I think Noel could show up, but like right at the end, or like privately with Shina. I think the balcony person could be Kosuke for sure.
Yeah.
I genuinely think okay, listen. I'm gonna die on this hill. I don't think Noel's going. I'll die on this hill. It's okay. I can this is a hill I can die on. But I just don't think he's gonna go because I just feel like him going would really go against literally everything he's been preaching right now for like the past couple of episodes. I feel like it would just go against everything he's been saying right now if he just showed up. I mean, yeah, it would be nice, but it just seems out of character. I mean, he is acting quite out of character, but he's acting out of character to the point where like the old Noel would show up, but the new one would just like not even come. But it's funny because Kosuke is probably going to be the one coming, and then he's just going to be standing there like, yeah, I tried to. I feel like Kosuke would come, show up for a little bit, talk to Shun, and leave. I feel like Kosuke is going to do what everyone thinks Noel's going to do, which is show up, talk, and leave. Because I genuinely can't see him staying there.
I think in the beginning of the first half of the recording, I was saying I thought Noel would show up, but now, no. After what I saw at the end of this episode, get out of my face. I don't want to see him anymore. Unless he decides to stop being a little piece of shit. Oh my god, I'm so mad. Like, you don't even understand. He needs to stop. Fred.
Sorry.
I do not miss Rand. I do not miss him.
Let's just ignore this.
This chat is cursed. Oh my god. Okay. I think Hansuke's outfit is great. I think he's a real girl boss, and Kosuke is just a hater, you know?
Yeah. Gaslight gatekeep girl boss.
A hater.
He's just a hater.
Let's go with the tacky outfit.
Yeah, he has a cute Santa hat and everything.
Don't get me wrong, the outfit is pretty tacky, but I think it's cute. I feel like Kosuke's just
hating. It suits him. Kosuke's just a hater. He's just a hater, yeah.
He's just like, no one told. He's like, I did not tell you to wear that. Like, there's just
like,
no
bitch, shut the fuck up. Do not do my name that dirty.
But he looks cool though. Like, he has like a little blazer on, all Christmas themed.
Yeah, he's festive. Cool. He's festive.
I like it. I love his vibes.
I love him. Hansuke is literally best boy. Screw everybody else. Kosuke a little bit less because he's touching grass. But yeah, Hansuke is superior to everybody else, including Rand. Is that it?
I don't think. Yeah.
I think so. We already talked about Noel. Oh my god, I don't even want to say his name. We already talked about
who shall not be named. Noel is he.
Redacted.
Redacted. Sorry for the triggering words, you guys.
Redacted. That's a good one.
Period. Okay. That's it for today's episode.
Yeah, there's actually another thing I want to say, but
Oh,
like, it's
okay,
like
go ahead.
different. But no, not for the
Oh,
thing,
okay,
not for
cool.
the thing. I'm
Well,
gonna do it
yeah, that's it for today's episode. So thank you for joining us. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but it is what it is. Bye.